Welcome to the 9 News Business Buzz. I'm Ryan Frazier, 9 News business expert. When business leaders talk about major commercial real estate booms along the Front Range, the conversation usually centers on downtown Denver or the tech center. But if you want to see where the real infrastructure of Colorado's economy is expanding, you have to look at places like Commerce City. This is a community that has more than tripled its population since 2000 and currently has a commercial development pipeline with nearly $1 billion in industrial and mixed-use projects under construction or announced. They recently launched a national marketing campaign called Commerce City Delivers to capture more private investment and corporate relocations. Joining me is Keith Morey, Director of Economic and Community Vitality for Commerce City. Keith, welcome on the program.
Welcome, thank you.
It's great to have you. You know, we don't talk about Commerce City enough, so I'm so glad to have you guys here to hear about what's happening in town now. Let's look at the sheer scale of the numbers. You completed commercial capital investments doubled to $166 million last year. You have nearly $1 billion in the active pipeline. When global giants like UPS commit $250 million to upgrade a facility, or Ardent Mills puts in $110 million, what specific fundamentals are drawing that tier of corporate capital to your city right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the rapid population growth over the last 20 years, you know, in 2020, or 2000, actually, our population was about 20,000, and now we're 70,000. And we've got one of the youngest populations in the region. About 34 is the average age of our population, and a very diverse population base, with about half of our population being Hispanic or Latino descent. It just shows kind of the growth that's burgeoning in our community, and the proximity to transit, whether you need airport, highway, rail. Commerce City is positioned right in the middle of all that to get you where you need to go. And I think seeing companies like UPS and Ardent Mills reinvest shows that they found that the workforce is available, it's ready to work, and they can capitalize on that. And so expanding where they have access to all that infrastructure makes sense.
Yeah, now, you know, what I love to see about what you are doing, anytime we're trying to bring business and capital into our communities, I think personally is a good thing. You all are obviously looking to flip the script, if you will, the old script, and position the city as a modern logistics capital, if you will, of the Mountain West. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of those companies have existed for years and years because of the infrastructure that we have available. And as that infrastructure just continues to be reinforced and built out, that opportunity for them just becomes more and more proximate, their ability to deliver. I mean, I think it's really telling. Society is more and more becoming, I want it now, right? It used to be you ordered something in the mail and you might get it in a couple of weeks, and now we want Amazon to be able to deliver tomorrow. And our ability to provide that and get those services to you when you want is because of our population base, because of our proximity to those infrastructure opportunities, and we can do that over and over again.
Yeah. Now, I mean, clearly, anytime you're looking at attracting more investment, more business, more jobs to town, they care about things like transportation, right? Access, infrastructure, education, but also the business climate that you're creating in your city. One of the things I noted about what's Commerce City's profile is that your median age is 34.
Yeah,
so you have
very
a
young
younger population, which is something many employers tend to care about. How much does that younger talent pipeline give you a competitive advantage as it relates to national relocation pitches?
Well, I think it says everything, because not only is it young and available to work, but it's trained and educated to work, and it's expanding rapidly. So I think people look at that population base and know they can tap into it now. And because the population is continuing to grow rapidly year over year, they know they're going to be able to continue to tap into it as they expand and as they grow. And that's very important to them, because it's not enough to be able to tap into that market now. I have to know that I'm going to be able to tap into it continually as I grow and provide the services that my clients demand.
Yeah. Now, Keith, you and your wife recently relocated here yourselves from the good state of Utah to the great state of Colorado. Well, great to have you. And no offense to my friends from Utah, because it's a great state as well. But talk to us a little bit about that, because I think your story, if you will, is an example of why, you know, others might look at Commerce City as a place they want to be.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the Commerce City Delivers campaign, I think, is really unique, and it really pitches exactly what my wife and I experienced. I mean, you know, she's lived in Utah her whole entire life. Ruth has, and I've lived there for 40 years, and done economic development work there. But in looking for where do we go next for that next adventure, and where's the opportunity the best, Commerce City rose to the top. And as we looked at the growth and the economic opportunity, what's happening in the community, the residential opportunity, it just became a great place to live. And I think you're seeing that as the residential neighborhoods expand, as you see businesses like Third Round Social, which is kind of an expansion of Overlift, which is here in Denver. Those are places that people are looking for to connect, and Commerce City provides that. We deliver on quality of life, on open space with the Arsenal, and with all the different opportunities to live, work, and play.
Now, I want to also just unpack just a little bit more about the efforts you're taking to really reach out to these employers and make Commerce City a place that they want to locate and expand. Talk to us a little bit more about what you all are doing to make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, the Commerce City Delivers campaign, and we've got the box here. If you open that box, it was designed to be promotional because it's got a video in it that kind of tells the story of who we are and what we are in a way that's really unique. And we wanted to be able to get that to the developers and the site selectors that are trying to identify where do we go and what is Commerce City all about. And that's a kind of a catchy way to show them in a very brief 1-minute video all the great opportunities that you and I are talking about today. It's one thing for you and I to be aware of what's available to us in the regional economy, but the national economy and the global economy doesn't always see that. And I've been an advocate for a long time that, you know, no one should tell our story but us. And so we've really started to kind of embrace that and say, nobody's going to tell the Commerce City story but us. And we're going to make sure people know what we deliver and why they should be partners with us in our community.
I mean, you guys have so many existing residents, right, who care about these things as well. So as you attract employers and other investments into Commerce City, how do you ensure that the employers you attract, if you will, match the long-term career aspirations of your existing residents who are already living in Commerce City?
I mean, I think we really embrace the diversity of our community. I mean, the fact that we have such a great population base that has a huge minority population, and we try to capitalize on that, embrace that, acknowledge that, and help make sure that the businesses that are coming into our community recognize that we have well-educated population, very young, very rapid growing. There's great places for you to live and develop your business. We've got 40 shovel-ready sites in our community, and it's an easy story to tell because the diversity in our community means that it doesn't really matter what you look like or what your work background is. We've got a place for you to live and work in our community.
Right. Well, with an infrastructure network tied to 3 major interstates, 2 Class 1 freight lines, and direct adjacency to DIA, Commerce City is rapidly transforming into the primary logistics engine for the region. Keith Morey, thank you so much for your time and for sharing your insights. Good luck to Commerce City. We'll be back during the 11 o'clock hour to look at the restaurant industry. It's already notoriously difficult to keep a restaurant open, but a major political battle just ended with a veto pen from Governor Polis. We'll talk to the Colorado Restaurant Association about how this impacts restaurants next. Stay with us for the 9 News Business Buzz. I'm Ryan Frazier.